Hello friends, welcome to the kitchen. Today, so what I'm because I know that I've kind of abandoned my plant-based subscribers in my endeavor to empower the world. But I don't want to abandon you. I decided that I'm not going to do like elaborate recipes anymore, but just kind of show you what I make, just like what I cook. And like whenever I'm cooking something, I turn on my camera and show you what I'm doing. I am craving something from New Mexico, where I used to live. I'm craving one of my favorite things: mashed potatoes with red chili. Oh God. I love it so much. But I want to make it healthier. I want there to be more protein. So I'm going to make the mashed potatoes. I've got some Yukon Gold. I'm making extra because my husband is coming back from a business trip and he'll get back like, I don't know, in the evening. And I want to make sure he's got some food. So I'm making enough for me and enough for him. Just have these potatoes and I'm going to pour cold water in them and cook them. I think there's a couple big ones in there that I'm going to cut in half just so that they are the same size as the other ones so they cook evenly. I don't fret about it too much because I'm going to cook the crap out of them anyway because I want them mashed. I'm just going to put that here, turn on the burner. Easy peasy. So the way I'm going to make this red chili sauce, it's really going to be like a dal, like a red chili dal, D-A-L. And I'm just making lentils and then I'm putting in red chili. This New Mexico red chili powder. I'm going to cut up some onions and some garlic, and I've got cumin and oregano over here, and we're just going to make a red chili dal. The lentils themselves will like be the thickener, so it'll just be a super healthy kind of a red chili sauce, kind of a dal. I'm going to turn on this burner, just like a small onion. You don't want the onion to be overwhelming in this. I like to cut the onions in like the old school way. Like you see everybody cut it this way, but I like to do this. Like cut a grid on top. It's so old school. This is the way I learned. This is the way my pa taught me. Anybody else cut their onions like that? And then kind of hold it together. And then you kind of have to just chop this end off. I don't know. I think it works. I think it works great. Okay. I actually get these real Los Chileros, New Mexico red chili powders, and they have like ancho powder. They have a whole bunch of powders. I get them on Amazon. And they're not too expensive. If you go with a New Mexico chili company, like from their website, it's usually pretty expensive. But I just get these off of Amazon. I have a Amazon store, and within that store is a grocery store. And I have these in that grocery store. So if you, I'll put a link down in the, I'm cutting the onions up a little bit more. Sorry. I have a link, I'll put a link down in the description box. So we're going to be using some olive oil. I got that pretty hot. I put it probably a couple tablespoons. I got that pretty hot. So the onions are going to go crazy. I'm going to let it cool off a little bit. And I'm using my tagine. Because my regular Dutch oven is in the fridge full of dog food. I ran out of dog food last night. So I just made some dog food. If you want to see that video, it's up there. If you want your knives to not get dull, don't do it this way. Onions are so hot, they already smell like hamburger onions. I'm gonna throw in some cumin because I like that to toast. Probably about a teaspoon. Oh! Just dice a couple of garlic. I'm trying to get it done before this burns. I should have had it done ahead of time. Truly. Okay, look at this. Some red chili. Probably about a quarter of a cup. Throw in half a teaspoon of oregano. And we're just gonna add a little water to sort of saute the rest in water. Because otherwise I'd have to use too much oil. I don't want to use more oil. And I'll throw in a big pinch of salt. You could use broth if you want. You can use whatever you want. Okay. Now this is a cup of lentils soaked in a cup of water. So this is a 16-ounce mason jar. I filled it halfway with lentils and then the rest of the way with water. But lentils can absorb way more water than, it's not a 1-to-1 ratio. It's more like a 1-to-2 ratio, I think. So I could have put more water in it. I could have put it in a bigger container and maybe got it more soaked. But it's okay because these red lentils don't take long to cook anyway. I think they take maybe like 20 minutes. I don't know, I can't remember, but the lentils were like, they require a little bit more water to cook in than like beans. How much water do you need? To cook soaked? That's important. We had to put soaked red lentils. For soaked red lentils, use about 1.5 cups of water for every cup of lentils. So there you go, 1.5 cups. We're just gonna let this cook for about 20 minutes, and I want more protein in this. I'm going to think about a way to add tofu to this. I'm not sure really how. And also, because I haven't gone grocery shopping, I need to go today. I don't have anything in my fridge. I have like no real veg. I have some carrots and stuff, but I don't really have much. Yeah, this meal is not going to be full of greens or anything, which is one reason why I need to really get back to sprouting. These are like mixed, like broccoli and like kohlrabi sprouts, because that's such a good way to get greens in your diet. You like a concentrated amount of greens with that many sprouts to get a serving, and you can farm in your house all winter long. So I needed to really get back to it. I don't know why I stopped. I have no clue, but it would be really helpful right now. Because sprouts are so healthy. They're healthier than the whole veg, you know. So I just took a block of high protein tofu and I didn't even drain it, and I'm just gonna cube it. Oh yeah, and you saw I'm not measuring the water. I'm just putting water in as needed. Measuring things just takes too much time. I guess also watching things like a hawk can take a lot of time too. I'm really into cooking, and this is sort of meditative for me to just watch and pay attention to it. But I also understand that if you're juggling a lot of other things right now, you got kids, you got husbands, you got like whatever, maybe your mind's not on it. I understand how it might be difficult to not measure things, to where you could just kind of just leave it alone and have a little like 20 minutes of downtime while your lentils are cooking. Me, I just stay in the kitchen and I'm attentive to everything. I think you might want to add a little bit more to accommodate the red chili, but maybe like a quarter cup more. And if you time it for 15 minutes, you just kind of let it simmer, and you're not like watching it like a hawk, like I am. And if there's too much liquid in it after 20 minutes, you just simmer it down, and it will be fine. You know what? I want more chili in it. It's not very hot chili. I want more. I want more. I want all the chili. I went through all my hot New Mexico chili. That's what I really like. That's a lot of chili, but I want it. I want it all. We're putting like a half a cup of chili in there. I've acquired the taste for red chili because I lived in New Mexico for 15 years. So you might want to start with a quarter cup. Put a cast iron thing of water right there. I'm going to turn on the burner and throw in tons of salt. Throw the tofu in there. I do not dress practically for cooking. I dress for my fantasy job, which is like bohoing, I guess. What's his name? Ken. What did Ken do? He beached. I boho. I just want to wear loose and practical clothing and boho all day. Oh, it's got a lot of chili in it. Okay. I might have made it a little bitter. Oops. Oops. What did I do? What did I do? I made it bitter. What gets rid of bitterness? Salt. Sugar. It's okay. It's good. It's actually good. I just got a particularly powdery part. Yeah. Powdery part on the spoon here. And I'm going to make it a little creamy. I think that will help because this doesn't really have added sugar. I guess it has a gram, but I don't know. Creamy seems to add a little sweetness, which will counteract the bitterness. If anything, it will dilute it. And, it's like adding coconut milk to dal. Only we're going for a southwestern flair. I turned this off because it's pretty thick, you see, and it's just splattering all over too. It's thick enough, it's good. Now, if you wanted this to be more consistent, like more not so textural, which I like the texture because it makes me feel like I'm eating something. You can use one of these gizmos. These are so good. What is it? What is the company? Bella. It's like $19. It's in my Amazon kitchen, my appliance store. But I use this all the time. It's so easy to clean, and it just you just take it out. If like anytime you want something blended, if you want a blended soup or whatever, get this. There's other more expensive ones, but I've had this for a year and it works like a charm. So I wouldn't waste your money. But I'm not going to blend this today because I want it to be textural. I want to be thinking that I'm eating like a curry instead of a sauce, because that will be more satisfying to me. Satisfaction begins in the head. Turn off the back burner and drain this tofu. It's just been heating in salted water for about maybe 10 minutes. I'm draining it, turning on the burner again to dry out the pan. And then we're going to saute some tofu. Pepper in there. Mix it up. I could put cornstarch in here to get it real crispy, but I don't care about that right now. I just want to eat. I also could use a bigger pan, but we're just going to do this in batches. The potatoes are done, so I am going to drain those. Excuse me, Smokey, please. Do you want tofu, baby? Is that what's going on? A little poultry seasoning in this, in the tofu. Not too much. Stuff can be strong. Mix it up. I'm going to put a little garlic powder. So this garlic powder can be like a little bit like cornstarch too. It can help crisp it a little bit. It's okay to rough them up. The rougher they are, the more real they will seem. Reality is rough. Reality is rough around the edges. And tofu is a little too square. So we're going to do 2 batches of this. We just don't overcrowd it. Let everything have its meeting with the pan. We're keeping it simple. A nice dose of salt. Maybe more. I'm getting salt everywhere. Some pepper. I mean, we got the sauce we got the dal for the flavor. Just maybe 1/4 cup. So now they're mashed potatoes. Okay. We're almost done! Yay! Woohoo! Yes! 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 Okay. Doesn't that look so good? I put some kimchi on it because I really did want some veg. And I just think like the kimchi will work. Well, that's it. Let me try it. Get a little kimchi in it too. A little tofu. Kimchi is surprisingly good. All right. Well, thank you for joining me today, and I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. It really helps.
I'm just a girl, a wonderful girl, the sweetest one in town. Can search for miles around, and no one like me can be found. I've got a smile, a wonderful smile, in a certain little way. Every time the boys get near me, they look at me and say, red hot mama, you're the one we need. Red hot mama, some charmer, yes indeed. They say that I should be in the follies, hot tamales. They say that I got a pair of eyes just like old Svengali. I confess that I possess them.